Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
COVID-19 case numbers from around the states and territories. Here is a quick wrap of each Australian jurisdiction's latest COVID-19 statistics today, Saturday, April 23. You can get a more detailed, visual breakdown through the ABC's Charting the Spread story right here. This will be updated throughout the day, so if you do not see your state or territory, check back later. You can jump to the COVID-19 information you want to read by clicking below. Victoria. There have been another 13 COVID-19 deaths reported in Victoria. There are 449 cases in hospital and 35 of these in intensive care, with 8 patients requiring ventilation. There were 8,120 new cases across the state reported today. We thank everyone who got vaccinated and tested yesterday. Our thoughts are with those in hospital, and the families of people who have lost their lives. More data soon. https://coccft at s1p pound COVID-19 vic pound COVID-19 vic data pic.twitter.com/ C9H Shibarej, VicGovDH, at VicGovDH, April 22, 2022. NSW New South Wales has recorded 16 more COVID-19 deaths, 8 men and 8 women. 1 person was aged in their 20s, 1 person was aged in their 60s, 2 people were aged in their 70s, 8 people were aged in their 80s and 4 people were aged in their 90s. NSW Health said the person who died under the age of 65 had received 4 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine and had significant underlying health conditions. There are 1,617 cases in hospital, 60 of those in intensive care. There were 12,633 new cases reported by authorities today. COVID-19 update. Saturday, 23 April 2022. In the 24-hour reporting period to 4 p.m. yesterday, 96.2% of people aged 16 plus have had 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, 94.7% of people aged 16 plus have had 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. pic.twitter.com/ QRVGGWPRNO, NSW Health, at NSW Health. April 22, 2022. Queensland. Another 7 people have died with COVID-19 in the state. There are 513 people in hospital, 15 of those in ICU. The state recorded 7,212 new infections and currently has 47,391 active cases. South Australia. 2 women and 2 men aged between their 60s and 90s have died in South Australia after testing positive for COVID-19. There are 237 people in hospital with the virus, a drop of 9 from yesterday. SA has reported 3,457 new cases, about 1,000 fewer than the day before. ACT. 1 more person has died in the Australian Capital Territory with COVID-19. There are 55 people in hospital, 2 of those are in ICU. The ACT has recorded another 975 cases. Tasmania. There have been 1,212 new cases of COVID-19 recorded in Tasmania in the latest reporting period, down from yesterday's 1,265. There are now 8,585 active cases in the state, down from 8,609 yesterday. There are 44 people in hospital with COVID-19, with 9 being treated specifically for the virus. None are in an ICU. There was 1 new death in the latest reporting period, a woman in her late 70s, who died at a residential aged care facility in the state of South. The total number of deaths now stands at 47 since the pandemic began in early 2020. Western Australia. Western Australia has reported 7,758 new COVID-19 infections. There are currently 248 people in hospital, while 7 people are in intensive care. 1 historical death has also been reported to the Department of Health, after a woman in her 80s died on April 12. The state has recorded 337,135 cases since the COVID-19 pandemic began. Northern Territory. A man in his 60s from East Arnhem has died with COVID in Royal Darwin Hospital. There are 47 people in hospital with the virus. 6 of those need oxygen and 2 are in ICU. Another 525 cases were recorded and currently, there are 3,416 active cases in the NT.